Hi everyone, meet Pa and Jose. This is the story of how Pa and Jose used a reasoned decision-making process to make a choice. Making choices is an important economic skill. Using reasoning to make choices is a powerful skill for students to practice in school. What should I do? To make an informed choice, you need to follow a process to think about how you come to a decision about what to do. What does a reasoned decision look like? You have to look at the costs. What are you going to give up? You also have to look at the benefits. What will satisfy your want? How might you follow a process to make a choice? Let's follow Pa and Jose as they work with their classmates to make a choice.
Class, you have earned 30 minutes of free time. How do you want to spend your time? This is a great opportunity to use a reasoned decision-making process. We are going to work through the 5 steps on the PACE grid to make our choice. But first, let's think more about the choice we are going to make. It is important to stop and think about what Mr. Nolan's class learned last time they made a choice for free time.
Some of the students in his class could not watch the movie.
That's right. Also, what might happen related to our choice that is unexpected?
It might be raining outside during our free time.
Another thing to consider is this question. Why do different people or groups with the same options make different choices? Different people have different values or beliefs, and this may result in different choices.
We will be completing the PACE grid together as a class to make our choice. Our problem is, how should we spend the 30 minutes of free time our class has earned? The next step is to list the alternatives, the different choices you can use to solve your problem. Let's brainstorm 4 different choices for our free time.
We could play board games and fix puzzles.
We could watch a movie.
We could listen to music and draw or paint.
We could go outside on the playgrounds.
These are great alternatives. Next, we need to list the criteria for our choice. Criteria are the standards used to judge the alternatives.
One thing that is important to me is to be able to play with friends.
Exercise is important to me.
It has to be fun.
Our final criterion is the time. How much time did our class earn?
30 minutes.
Yes, that is the final criterion we will use to evaluate the alternatives in our reasoned decision-making process.
The class is ready to evaluate each alternative according to how well it matches each criterion. Ms. Adams will use a plus for a good match or a minus for things that are not a good match. Let's listen in on this process.
Do board games and puzzles allow you to play with friends?
Yes.
Do you get exercise by watching a movie?
No.
Listen to all this great reasoning. Reasoning is when you use criteria to weigh the costs and benefits of each alternative. How did the class use reasoning to make a choice? In our story, you can see that some of the alternatives had both pluses and minuses. The best choice is the alternative with the most plus signs. As you can see on the completed PACE grid, the class decided to spend time on the playground during the 30 minutes of free time. Pa and Jose are not quite finished with the process of making a choice. It is important to communicate what you learned with others beyond your classroom.
Now that we have used a reasoned decision-making process, we are going to tell Mr. Nolan's class about it. Communicating our work can make a difference in our community and our world.
This story is one part of economic reasoning for students in schools. 5th graders will apply a reasoned decision-making process to study an event that happened in the past. You will continue learning about this process in middle school and high school, and you will use reasoning to make choices in your lives today and in the future.